Thank you. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Remember the pickup right now.
Thank you. Please be seated. Now I'd like to invite up Senior Pastor Father Sabula for the invocation.
Let us pray. O Holy Father, for everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under the heavens. We thank you, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who have granted us life, who have sustained us, and who have helped us to reach this season of graduation. The present moment is one in which we pause to reflect on all that has been and all that we have seen together. We have witnessed great change on our campus and in our world. We have gone through times of anxiety. We have grieved the loss of dear ones and classmates. We have witnessed assaults on the values we hold most dear. And we have seen our community rally to defend those values. We have seen our brothers and sisters reach out in solidarity and in love. We have seen our community draw together in grief and mutual support. And we have seen the power of that commitment to justice, that commitment to hope, that commitment to love. We have seen the best that is our community lived out in the lives of those who now graduate before us. For a season, these graduates were ours, and for that season we give thanks. For the time they have been able to share with us, for all those who have brought them to us, thanks for their parents, family, and friends who nurtured, prepared, and encouraged them. We give thanks for Walsh University, for the faculty and staff who taught our graduates and guided them on their way, forming and shaping them for a life of service and responsibility. Continue, O Holy Father, to bless our university community, her faculty and staff, that they may continue in her work of shaping the leaders of your people. But before these graduates were ours, they were yours, O Father, and yours they remain. Grant that in all the seasons of their lives, in times of joy or tears, in times of confidence or self-doubt, of celebration or lament, of welcome or alienation, of success or failure, of knowing or unknowing, of hope or fear, they may know that you are with them, that they are not alone, that they are bound up together with you and with one another. And now, O God, most gracious and most merciful, we pray that as they graduate in all the seasons of their lives. They may continue to be beacons of hope and promise to a broken world, a world in need, a world waiting for them. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen.
Good afternoon. As we assemble here today to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, it's my pleasure to welcome the Walsh University Board of Directors, our faculty, staff, alumni, distinguished guests, and most importantly, our honored graduates, their family and friends, for Walsh University's 67th commencement ceremony. Now, at this time in the program, it's usually my job to introduce the president of the university, President Richard Jasome. President Jasome is not able to be with us today. He's recovering from an illness, but I do know that he is watching, and in fact, this may be my last graduation after this, but if we turn around to that camera in the corner, we can all wave hi to President Jasome. So President Jasome, we hope you're feeling better. You're definitely in our prayers. Right now, we're about to award 2 Distinguished Service Medals. And in doing this, it's fitting to say a few words about our recipients and why each has been selected to receive this award. So at this time, would Dr. Nancy Utterback please stand? Nancy Utterback attended Perry High School, where her mother taught English and literature for 3 decades. She earned a bachelor's degree in speech education from Miami University and was soon hired by Canton South High School as a speech and drama teacher. She earned a master's degree in speech, communication, and theater, and a PhD in education from the University of Akron. Nancy began earning recognition for her excellence as an educator early in her career. In 1980, she was named Ohio Speech Teacher of the Year. And in 1989, she was inducted into the Ohio Speech League Hall of Fame. In 1986, after 17 years, Nancy left her position at Canton South and reinvented herself as an entrepreneur. She founded Communicate Institute, a company focused on teaching the effective use of communication to reach human potential. As the company grew, Nancy became recognized as an authority on education and management training, contracting with some of the largest businesses in the region to improve the communication skills of their executives. Walsh University knows firsthand the importance of Nancy's work and has partnered with Communicate Institute for more than 30 years to bring professional development and personal growth opportunities to K-12 educators throughout the state of Ohio. The ultimate beneficiaries of this relationship have been the children in the classrooms of the teachers who took classes with Communicate Institute and Walsh University. The Walsh University Distinguished Service Medal is given to those who have rendered distinguished professional or voluntary service to others within the national, regional, or local Walsh University community. Those who are awarded this honor reflect the university's steadfast commitment to the strength of noble character. Today's recipient certainly does embody those ideals. Therefore, at this time, it gives me great pleasure to present the Walsh University Distinguished Service Medal to Nancy Utterback.
First of all, I'd like to thank Walsh University for bestowing this honor for me. I'm very grateful. To the graduates, I'd like to commend you on this milestone, and I wish you the very best as you move into the next chapter of your life. Within the next couple minutes, I want to share a few thoughts for you to ponder as you apply to your personal and professional life. First, I challenge you to do what you love and love what you do. It's called passion. It's said that the day we discover our passion is the day that we truly become successful. Yet a recent Gallup poll indicated that only 13% of the population is passionate about what they do. I remember vividly receiving my first paycheck when I began teaching speech and theater at Canton South in the late 60s. I don't remember exactly how much that first paycheck was, but I do know that my salary for the entire year was $6,400. When I opened that paycheck, I was amazed. I thought, I can't believe that they are paying me to do this. I love this. I would do it for free. Or actually, I would even pay them to let me do it. However, I never told them that. Next, I urge you to know your talents and utilize them wisely. You'll find yourself in a position that, if you find yourself in a position that you can't fully utilize your talent, you want to at least do the volunteer work and use it with your volunteer work. All of my volunteer work revolved around using my talents and skills and passion. For many years, I volunteered to conduct the retreats for Leadership Stark County program. After 16 years of teaching high school, after 16 years, I conducted also a monthly lecture series called Positive Potential Network, open to the community, and people wanted to keep themselves excited about what they were doing and looking at daily challenges they have. We all should know that learning must be a lifelong pursuit. Therefore, graduates especially, I urge you to have a growth mindset. Adapt to change when necessary. Be open to new ideas. Take responsibility, and don't play the blame game. Finally, one of the most important things is for us to look at failure as a friend, not a foe. It can help us grow if we view it that way. The truly successful people learn from their mistakes. Out of the 400 most successful individuals this past century, 382 of them came from adversity. They learned that adversity could make them stronger and lead to success. The classic example is what Thomas Edison said when he finally invented the light bulb after 10,000 tries. I didn't fail 10,000 times. I just found out 10,000 ways it wouldn't work. Well, having said that, I think I better end this before someone raises their hand and said, effective speakers know when to quit. So thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Utterback. And now, would Mr. Gary Brown please stand? Today's commencement speaker has spent a career observing and reporting on the community. As a journalist, he has reported the news, and as a columnist, he has reflected on the human condition. As a friend of Walsh University, he has memorialized the people who have helped write our history. Originally from the state of New York, Gary Brown moved to Ohio to attend college. He began working at the Canton Repository in 1974 as an editorial assistant and was soon promoted to reporter covering the police beat. Seeking relief from the bad news associated with that beat, Gary began writing a humor column for fun, posting it in the lunchroom. In 1976, those informal columns started appearing in the newspaper, and in 1984, he began writing a series of articles on local history entitled The Monday After. Even though he retired in 2017, Gary continues to write his humor column, which appears weekly in the repository. While Gary Brown is known for his insightful columns, we here at Walsh University know him for something a little closer to home. Over his 40-year career, he has captured the stories of some of the most treasured members of the Walsh family. Brother Francis Bluen, Brother Joseph Power, Professor Tom Ling, Professor Joe Izzy, and recently, President Richard Jasone, and many, many more. And if that were not enough, Gary Brown is an avid Walsh University basketball fan and a regular attendee at our home games. While he is not an alumnus, we can easily call him an honorary Cavalier. A career characterized by excellence and integrity. A relationship with the Walsh community that has spanned 4 decades. A commitment of service to others. For these reasons, it is my pleasure to present the Walsh University Distinguished Service Medal to Gary Brown.
Thank you. This is actually just about where I sit when they have the basketball games, I think. Yeah. President Jasone, board members, distinguished faculty and staff, honored guests, friends of Walsh, and of course, graduates. First, I want to say how much I appreciate this award. I'm both honored and humbled by the receipt of it, because I know it results from doing something that I just love to do, which is to write about interesting people, including the ones that have associations to Walsh. And I know that the subjects of these articles are really the ones who should be recognized for their accomplishments, not me. I just told their stories. Still, I'm sincerely grateful to be given this award, and it will serve to strengthen even more what I consider a very strong tie to this university. But graduates and advanced degree earners, this is your day. It's the beginning of a journey. I will admit to you that I have struggled to understand what I, a man nearing the end of his career, might say to you who are at the beginning of yours. Still, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to stand in front of you and pass on to you with words whatever parts of my experience in life that might serve to be of help to you as you move forward from this bold new beginning. If anything I say touches a chord with even one of you, helps maybe not today, but somewhere along your journey, I will feel blessed. I've already been blessed abundantly in my career in so many different ways. I've had the chance to talk to interesting people, take part in exciting experiences, and do what I've always wanted to do right for more than 4 decades. I'm one of those fortunate individuals who knew what he wanted to do from an incredibly young age. I was in 6th grade. I wrote a humorous essay. A nun in my parochial school read it in front of the class. My friends giggled. Making your friends laugh was as important then as it is to most of us now. I said to myself, I could do this for the rest of my life and not get tired of it. And thank God I have been able to do just that for my entire career. Write funny little things for a newspaper. For the record, I'm still not tired. How many of you know, raise your hands, how many of you know exactly what you want to do, graduates? Raise your hand. I see a few hands. I suspect that some of you who didn't raise your hands nevertheless have a pretty good idea what you want to do with your career. Goals are good. Having goals will guide you. But know that this goal, this grand plan for your life, probably will change. Change is inevitable. All things on earth change. I had more hair when I started working and fewer wrinkles. I think I was a little bit taller too. I may have shrunk. Almost 45 years ago, the entire newspaper industry was different. We were writing stories on Royal Manual typewriters, the kind you see in museum exhibits now, and editing the stories on paper with pencil, making hieroglyphic copy editing symbols over each line of type. Then the pages of our stories would be printed on the paper on a press that rumbled so much it shook the building that held the offices of the repository. Now the press isn't even in the same building. And some of the last stories I filed were written on a laptop computer while I was sitting in Hawaii overlooking the Pacific Ocean, or writing in the home of a friend on the East Coast, not far from the Atlantic Ocean off Cape Cod. Neither of these two places, last places, by the way, would be considered a bad office by any means. But by a long shot, it's different than when I started. So expect change. Your change will be different from mine. It may be technological change. It might be geographical change. It could be a drastic change in career plans made by you or decided by others. Somewhere along the line, you simply could find that there is a change in what you feel is your passion. I will echo Nancy's remarks that this passion should light your way. Life is a lot more fun and a lot easier to navigate if you are doing something you love. But your passion can change. Many of the stories I've written through the years that have a connection to Walsh University were feature stories, historical stories. That's one of the areas in life that for the last 30 or 35 years I've found most fascinating, and an area in which I've learned, we all should keep learning, the most interesting things. And it's a kind of writing which I've arguably had the most success. But that's a change for what I originally thought I would be doing for my career. I took a trip recently with some college friends and was talking about a book of historical photographs that the repository is publishing, a book for which I've had the good fortune to be able to contribute text. One of my friends laughed and said that he's always considered it incomprehensible that I would be writing about history. You never were interested in history, you remember? He couldn't see me writing a history book because he had the reference point of me when I was in school, when I was your age. He could see me writing a book about basketball maybe, or baseball, but not history. We need to recognize the change in our passion and embrace it. If I hadn't welcomed my new and admittedly surprising even to me interest in history so many years ago and continued to keep it a part of my life, if I had said no, all I wanted to do was write these humorous columns, imagine what I would have missed. I wouldn't have been able to experience fully the bicentennials of Canton and Stark County and the 200th anniversary of my newspaper, The Repository. I wouldn't have been able to help observe the milestones of so many businesses and organizations and institutions, such as Walsh, that have been so much a part of the history of Stark County. Change can be good. Late in the 1990s, a book, Who Moved My Cheese, was written about dealing with change in your work and in your life, about how change can be considered either good or bad by you depending upon your perspective. That's an important point to keep in mind. Embrace change or endure it. I've written enough stories through my career about crime, travel accidents, workplace injuries, financial misfortune, disease, and death to know that some of the change we don't see coming, can have the most tragic effect on us. People lose jobs, they lose family members, they go through experiences that disrupt their lives temporarily or in many cases long term. All of you at some point in your lives will have to face some of this distressful change, serious and sad change. Perhaps you already have. Since I tend to think of serious things in life in as humorous a way as possible, I am reminded of one of the most concise descriptions I've ever heard of the kind of sudden change that leads to unexpected upheavals in our lives. It's from the movie A Christmas Story, which all of you can see about 1,000 times in the days ahead if you watch cable television. In it, the narrator, who happens to be Gene Shepard, the guy who wrote the humorous essays on which the movie was based, notes, life. It is like that. Sometimes at the height of our revelries, when our joy is at its zenith, when all is right with the world, the most unthinkable disasters descend upon us. In the movie, of course, the disaster was the family turkey getting eaten by neighbors' dogs. Not exactly a tragedy, but it seemed the worst thing that you could imagine at the time. It was Christmas dinner going to the dogs, and yet the father, as most of us recall, made the most of it by going out to eat with his family. They ate duck. A new tradition was born. In real life, what can happen often is far worse a circumstance, to be sure. The search for the silver lining in every situation, however, is the same. Pope John the 23rd said this about making the attempt to look forward instead of becoming trapped in the past or frozen in the present. Quote, concern yourself not only with what you tried and failed in, but what is still possible to do. Over the years, I've written about people who have been paralyzed by accidents, but by their own courage and fortitude, lived out lives that came to be inspirational. I've had the pleasure of writing about countless individuals who have faced down cancer and did not let that battle, definitely a change in their lives, alter their focus on their future. One of my most satisfying experiences in my career was having the opportunity to interview and write about more than 150 World War II veterans in a weekly feature we called World War II, Then and Now. By talking to these individuals, I was able to learn from their experiences why they indeed deserve the distinction of being what is called the greatest generation. These were men, for the most part, but some were women as well, who endured the immeasurable change. They were sent away from home serving their country, usually for years, and then they came home and simply got on with their lives. They worked at jobs, they raised families, they did things they always planned to do or adjusted their plans and set new goals. If our expectations, if our fondest prayers and dreams are not realized, said South African political leader and revolutionary Nelson Mandela, then we should all bear in mind that the greatest glory of living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time you fall. Endure the change and enjoy it. Yes, it is becoming obvious from all the E words that I use way too much alliteration. Jack Leggett, my first copy editor, is looking down at me and probably shouting, "Stop!" But it's personally satisfying, and unfortunately for all of us, it feels right. So I continue, enjoy the change. One of my most profoundly challenging periods of change came about 15 years ago. In just over 2 years, I lost my father to an infection, an older brother to cancer, and my mother, bless the soul that smiled to the end, to the final stages of dementia. In that short period of time, my younger brother, my sister, and I went from being a family of 6 to a family of 3. Losing so much so quickly made it a sad time. And yet, happily, it was at that same time when I heard most often from readers of columns that I wrote about the losses, when I wrote about the losses of my parents and sibling. I heard from sons and daughters who desperately missed the fathers they too had lost. I got letters and emails and phone calls from individuals who had lost family members to cancer, a disease in which some way or another seems to have touched the entire world. Perhaps most often after publication of columns about my mom, I heard from children and spouses whose loved ones were lost in life because of the insidiousness of the disease long before they actually passed from the world. From all this communication, I learned that sometimes you can receive a blessing when change takes something else away from you. I found out from writing and from the correspondence that followed it that I was not alone. We, all of us, are never alone. Expect change, embrace change, endure it, and enjoy what results from it. And oh yes, one more E word, enable change. Go out and change the world where you can. Lord knows we need it. If we're not sure what to change in the world, get a hold of me. I have a list. Maybe you can change the entire world. Perhaps you'll just change one life, the life of one person whose path crosses your world. Both are blessings. To leave the world a little bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, to know even one life breathed easier because you lived, this is to have succeeded. You will hear people tell you no from time to time. Respect the decision, but don't let it defeat you. I read somewhere recently that Thomas Edison once was called too stupid to learn anything. Walt Disney was said to have, quote, lacked imagination. And Albert Einstein, who possessed one of the most brilliant minds in history, was thought to be mentally disabled. I'd say that all three did all right with their perceived handicaps. Whenever you fail, as you are picking yourself up, take ownership of it. Don't blame others or begin to hate others for your misfortune. Don't hate at all, ever, anyone or anything. We have enough hate in the world. As former Senator Al Simpson observed at the recent services for the late George H.W. Bush, his friend and fellow politician never hated because he knew, and here I quote, hatred corrodes the container in which it is carried. Stay true to the faith-based values you have learned here at Walsh. Do good where you can, love others always, unite those with whom you come in contact instead of dividing them, and work with and for righteous change. Still, do not falter in the face of adversity. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do after you face a challenge that defines you. Challenge adversity with your passion. Indeed, if I can leave you with just one piece of advice, something that was taught to me early in my career, it would be to cherish that passion. Never lose it, always use it, carry it with you. Your passion for life, for the life you choose, will serve you well. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live, George Bernard Shaw once wrote. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have got hold of for the moment. And I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to the future generations. Burn brightly, graduates, and for now, congratulations on your achievements.
You can sit back here if you want to stay. Thank you for your insightful words, Mr. Brown. It actually kind of gave me a course idea for next fall. Fragile, the philosophy of Christmas story. Say a good one. We turn our attention now to the main purpose here today, which is the awarding of degrees to the class of 2018. So at this time, I would invite that the candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts in Counseling and Human Development, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Science in Nursing to please rise. Chair Leoy, on behalf of the faculty of Walsh University and as certified by the registrar, I present these candidates as having satisfied all the requirements for the degrees of Master of Arts in Counseling and Human Development, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Science in Nursing, and respectfully recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred on them.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the directors of Walsh University, I hereby confer upon you the Master of Arts in Counseling and Human Development, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Science in Nursing with all the honors, rights, and privileges thereunto attached.
Please be seated.
Would the Master of Arts in Counseling and Human Development graduates please come forward? Hannah Elizabeth Channels. Erin Elizabeth Pachowski. Quebec Thomas Gibbons. Anthony David D'Antonio. Lisa Marie Fink. Marcy A. Williams. Rebecca Ione Tchaikovsky. Matthew Reese Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Master of Counseling and Human Development graduates. Would the Master of Arts in Education graduates please come forward? Thomas Ryan Betza. Katie Ann Lee. Randall James Bierman II. Ashley Nicole Cross. Heather A. Phillips. Kristen Elizabeth Abel. Rebecca Ashley Hiker. Allison Marie Jajak. Holly Ann Wilson. Rachel Lynn Arnold. Kara Christine Prabula. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Master of Arts in Education graduates. Would the Master of Business Administration graduates please come forward? Sadie Nicole Myers. Christy E. Murray. Katie Tignor. Mark Bartholomew Matiga. Nicole Alyssa Paul. Bradley Scott Steineck. Teresa Payne. Jacob Paul Solomon. Ashley Nicole Moore. Allison Renee Glass. Lindley Kathleen Hip. Crystal Renee Diamond. Jennifer Grossman. Hillary Bayashiba. David Edward Van Hoos. Ryan Evan Cohen. Carly Ann Kistler Miller. Christopher Scott Harris. Raider Alan Carlson. Mason R. Axline. Kenneth W. Rogers, Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Master of Business Administration graduates. Would the Master of Science in Nursing graduates now come forward? Danielle Catherine Potter. Melissa Sue Wygant. Kristen Joanne Sandifer. Marissa Ray Barr. Laura Lynn Klein. Erin Rebecca Shipley. Holly Ann Hutton. Delia Madeline Felder. Natalie Renee Walker. Jessica Marie Davidson. Melissa S. Schnegg. Jeffrey Michael Wilhelm. Alicia Marie Soliga. Alexandria Nicole Beetler. Sydney C. Pritchett. Sarah Ann Rosebach. Caitlin Marie Six. Rochelle Marie Smart. Kathleen Gabrielle DePietro. Tiffany Marie Picari. Douglas Kevin Stevens. Christina Marie Hook Smith. Denise Nicole Holmes. Shannon Marie Daly. Heather Marie Baird. Ciara Latoy Lapia. Benjamin Christian Lehman. Adam Peter Fura. Nadine R. Bigham. Megan Elizabeth Kelly. Kelsey Christine Kennedy. Tara Locke Smith Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Master of Science in Nursing graduates. These Master of Arts in Counseling and Human Development, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Science in Nursing graduates have distinguished themselves with advanced study and have earned their master's degree. Let us honor their special accomplishment with a round of applause. I now introduce to you the Walsh University Chamber Singers under the direction of Dr. Britt Cooper.
When God is for us, who can be against
Thank you, Dr. Cooper and chamber singers. Now at this time, I would like to ask the candidates for the degrees of the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing to please rise. Chair Leoy, on behalf of the faculty of Walsh University and as certified by the registrar, I present these candidates as having satisfied all the requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and respectfully recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred on them.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the directors of Walsh University, I hereby confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the honors, rights, and privileges thereunto attached.
Now, if you've gone through this ceremony with a key eye for detail, you've noticed that the faculty and those who receive their master's degrees today wear their tassels to the left-hand side. That's because their tassels were moved to the left when they received their bachelor's degrees. It's now time for the students receiving their bachelor's degree to join them and join us all. So please move your tassels from the right and to the left. Please be seated.
Would the Bachelor of Arts graduates from the Division of Fine and Performing Arts of the School of Arts and Sciences please come forward? Jonathan David Ott. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Arts graduate from the Division of Fine and Performing Arts of the School of Arts and Sciences. Would the Bachelor of Arts graduates from the Division of Humanities of the School of Arts and Sciences please come forward? Anne Marie Monday. laude. Zachary Parker Sheets. Mark Alexander Hobson. Nathan Scott Tepes. Douglas Charles White III. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Arts graduates from the Division of Humanities of the School of Arts and Sciences. With the Bachelor of Arts graduates from the Division of Literature, Language, and Communication of the School of Arts and Sciences, please come forward. Carly Elizabeth Hurley. Haley Marie Swain. Regina Marie Shepard. Regina Michelle Graffenreed, cum laude. Stephanie Jean Cameron, summa cum laude. Casey Marie Ellis, summa cum laude. Ashley N. Solick, magna cum laude. Robert Allen Lewis II, magna cum laude. O'Shea Deshawn Hurd. Reed Worstell. Calvin Anthony Gordon, Jr. Brock Eldon Straughter, magna cum laude. Joseph Robert Paiva. Jacob Andrew Linkus. Maria Teresa Clark, summa cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Arts graduates from the Division of Literature, Language, and Communication of the School of Arts and Sciences. With the Bachelor of Arts graduates of the School of Behavioral and Health Sciences, please come forward. Jessica May Linville, magna cum laude. Alexa P. Baker, magna cum laude. Hope Elizabeth Schelling, summa cum laude. Ebony Shantae Williams. Adrian Renee Ware. Rebecca Susan Umberger, cum laude. Tamara Joy Gatson, cum laude. Jacqueline Christine Gimmel, summa cum laude. Barbara Joy Heuser. Stacy Ann Smith, magna cum laude. Christine Marie Smith, cum laude. DeJale Lamarck Solomon. Lisbeth Wise Kohler, summa cum laude. Amanda Sue McCrowby. Gina Teresa Scora, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Franks. Victoria Elise Belden, summa cum laude. Sarah Marie Hoppy, cum laude. Marcus Devon Bob. Ivan Darnell Xavier Huff. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Arts graduates of the School of Behavioral and Health Sciences. Would the Bachelor of Arts graduates of the DeVille School of Business please come forward? Maria Rolls Volpe, cum laude. Lisa K. Turner. Tammy Shelton Hefner, magna cum laude. Melissa Ann Giles, magna cum laude. Raymond Sean Stedman, magna cum laude. Kelly Jean Osler. Tina M. Popa, cum laude. Keen Han Hai Nguyen. Emily Lauren Gazul, cum laude. Eduardo Rivera. Tristan Marie Hustler. Alexis Nicole Cordia, magna cum laude. Rachel Nicole Edmonds, cum laude. Ryan Robert Ratak. Frank Michael Savina. Joseph Douglas Fulwell. Thomas Woodrow McKeechan, magna cum laude. Thomas William Titus. Mark J. Hoskins, magna cum laude. Megan Nicole Searcy. Amanda M. McConnell. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Arts graduates of the DeVille School of Business. Would the Bachelor of Arts graduates of the Division of Education please come forward? Charlotte Ann Clevenger. Alexandra Nicole Dix. Mark Kervine Nicholas. Ross Benjamin Whitaker. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Arts graduates in the Division of Education. Would the Bachelor of Science graduates from the Division of Mathematics and Science of the School of Arts and Sciences please come forward? Ala Hussein Aliyah. Adrienne Michelle Moore. Lydia Rose Kurtz. Mark Daniel Hadley, cum laude. Rukeya Mortada, cum laude. Lindsay Smith, cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Science graduates from the Division of Mathematics and Sciences of the School of Arts and Sciences. And now with the Bachelor of Science graduates of the School of Behavioral and Health Sciences, please come forward. Stephen David Capes, magna cum laude. Christy Michelle Maraquin. Eric Michael Berkey. Gina Nicole Campo, cum laude. Sandra Elizabeth Marmaduke, cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Science graduates of the School of Behavioral and Health Sciences. With the Bachelor of Science in Education graduates and the Bachelor of Science graduates of the Division of Education, please come forward. Kaylee Joe Wilgus, magna cum laude. Angela Filomeno Palco. Brianna Amanda Burt, cum laude. Raekwon Zeron Moore, cum laude. Lodi Haj Musa. Damika Lynn Armstead, summa cum laude. Amelia Elizabeth Metzger, magna cum laude. Brianna Lee Coy, summa cum laude. Kristen Jean Reardon, magna cum laude. Riley Belden Kohler, cum laude. Madison Marie Walsh. Alyssa Ann Skeels. Ronald Brett Sparks, cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Science in Education graduates and the Bachelor of Science graduates of the Division of Education. With the Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates of the Bayer School of Nursing, please come forward. William Charles McDonald. Katie Lynn Freimer Lazar. Hannah Chalfant. Anna Louise Goforth. Karen Waynes Way. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates of the Bayer School of Nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Walsh University Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science graduates. Let us now honor all of these graduates for their special accomplishment with a rousing round of applause.
This afternoon's senior class address will be given by Adrian Ware, who graduates today from Walsh's School for Professional Studies with a bachelor's degree in organizational development and leadership. Adrian graduated from Stark State College in 2014 with a 2-year degree in dental assistance. She has shared that as she approached the conclusion of that program, she realized that she wanted more and was pleased to discover Walsh's program in organizational development and leadership. Its multidisciplinary approach and preparation of students for leadership roles, regardless of career field, really appealed to her, and its online component was exactly what she needed to accommodate her very full life, which includes a busy 50-hour work week as a food service manager. She didn't let that hectic work schedule slow her down, though, and she committed fully to completing her degree, sometimes posting assignments at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's a testament to her dedication and self-discipline that Adrian was able to complete her bachelor's degree in just 5 semesters. The faculty and staff at Walsh University are inspired by all of our students who work so hard to achieve their educational dreams and prepare for the future. And today's speaker is another wonderful example of what it means to be a Walsh student. And we are delighted that she is here with us today to address her fellow graduates. So it is my pleasure at this time to introduce the 2018 Winter Commencement student speaker, Adrian Ware.
Hello, everyone, and welcome all to this day of celebration. My name is Adrian. It is truly an honor to be standing up here today. It's my pleasure to welcome all the guests in attendance, from parents, family, friends, professor, mentors, and the Lord above. Without you all, we would not be here today without your everlasting support and encouragement. Today is the day we can finally say we're alumni at Walsh University. It is the day we can show off all our amazing achievements and show what hard work can do when you put your heart into it. My journey here was something out of the ordinary. I already had my associate's degree in something I was not too passionate about. I feel as I wasted my time for something that I did not have any devotion for. I did not know where I wanted to go to school or what I wanted to do. It was just an idea I tossed around for years, and I felt that was it, and it was a loss. A few years back, someone amazing came into my life and helped change my life around. Her name is Renee, and she helped me rekindle my love for God and taught me that He is always there for you no matter what journey you may take in life. I'll never forget her speaking to me for hours on end about how amazing He is. He'll never leave your side. Thanks to her, I left it to God and hoped and prayed He'll help me find a way in life. As it turned out, He has spoken to me. I saw a Walsh School Professional Studies program one day and instantly knew that it was for me. Thanks to God, I finally found a purpose in my life. I thought to myself that this may be good to be true, but God has not let me down yet. I was not a very confident person at the start of my program. I second-guessed myself and figured I was a lost soul. As time went on, I became more confident, more outgoing, more understanding of the world today, and it's all because of my experience here at Walsh. I never thought I would be here today, let alone standing up here on this stage. I proved not only to myself, but to others who work full-time or over 50 hours a week like myself, they always can achieve your dreams and go back to school, no matter how young or old you are. I'm ever so grateful for my journey thus far and cannot wait to see what God has in store for me. Today is a great day of celebration. We get to celebrate for all of our hard efforts, work, and dedication that we put into our degrees to better ourselves for the future. Walsh has opened the doors for us, and from there on, we set forward to continue our journey we will soon complete. We've earned our right to be here through the many long hours of studying, crying for days on end, also many hours of sleepless days and nights spent on coursework, just to ensure it's a good grade. We put ourselves first, or else we will not be here today. We're here because we have earned the right to graduate from such a prestigious university that helped us go far in life. Was it easy? No, not at all, but it was worthwhile due to the university we have here at Walsh. This journey has been amazing and unforgettable experience. I'll cherish it for the years to come. Everything about this moment is celebratory, and nothing anyone could say will take this wonderful day away from us. Our journey we have had for us several years may be coming to an end, but will never take away our wonderful memories. Displaying your degree will also never come to an end, and it's something that one person can take away from you. As we part ways, just remember one thing. No matter where you go in life, no one can take this experience away from you. No one can tell you that you are not worthy, because you are worthy. God does everything for a reason. He is meant for you to be here today. Thank you and congratulations, graduating class 2018.
Thank you, Adrian. And now, please welcome the president of the Walsh University Alumni Association and a member of the class of 1979, Catherine Shue.
Good afternoon. I am not only a proud member of the class of 1979, but also the president of the Walsh University Alumni Association, as you heard. I congratulate each and every one of you for reaching this important milestone. All of your hard work has finally paid off. For many of you, today your title officially changes from student to alumni. While your time in the classroom may have come to an end, your relationship with Walsh University continues. You are always welcome in this place you have been called home, today, tomorrow, and for many years to come. Walsh will continue to support you throughout your life. An important resource for you as you begin your post-graduation journey is the Walsh University Office of Alumni Relations. It serves as a direct link between you, your fellow alumni, and your alma mater. If you need help connecting with fellow alums in a new city, you are seeking professional development for career advancement, are looking for ways to stay involved, or simply want to come back to a familiar place, please know the office's doors are always open to you. I encourage you to connect with us through your favorite social media. As you embark on this next phase of life, remember that you are not alone. You are now one of Walsh's more than 14,000 alumni around the globe. We are excited to see what your future holds and hope that you make Walsh a part of it. On behalf of the entire Alumni Association, congratulations and welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings our ceremony to its conclusion. So how about one more round of applause for our graduates, and graduates for your families that are here to support you. As we conclude our ceremonies, I would ask that you would all please remain standing at your seats until the platform party, the board of directors, and the faculty and students have recessed into the, out of the gymnasium. It's my pleasure to wish you all a very blessed holiday season and Merry Christmas. And please rise now for the benediction and the singing of the Walsh University Jubilee Alma Mater.
Let us bow our heads and pray for God's blessing. Graduates, may God's blessing follow you as you find new journeys to travel. May you walk safely along the pathways of your dreams. May God's gentle hand guide the decisions you will make and the passions that you follow. May your hearts and lives always reflect God's love and truth. May hope be a light within you that you will carry into each and every new day. And graduates, may these blessings be showered upon you this, your graduation day. In Jesus' name we pray. And God's people said, Amen. God bless you.
Thank you.